Hello, hello. How y'all doing? Um, Back with another livery. Today's livery is a Team Gatorade livery for the BMW M6 GT3 car, or GTLM car over here in the Forza. Let's get into it. So, let's move over here to the plain decals. Where do I start, right? The idea behind this livery. What would make me do a livery like this? First I'm going to say this livery, as you can tell right here, it took up a lot. Just from doing like the little zigzags here alone, it got me all the way up to 1500. Over the halfway point of how many other slots that I have. We have 3000. As you can see at the bottom right section, I'm at 2875. So these took up a lot. Excuse me. So it kind of limited the amount of decals that I could actually put on the vehicle. So as you can see around this vehicle here, there aren't a lot of decals. Actually, this is probably one of the more plain, or I guess somewhat basic plain liveries that I have. But for a livery that's based off of an item, there's not much you can really put on those, because I mean the item really is the focal point of your livery. You see quite a bit of liveries like this. Like there's an M&M livery. There's a Coca-Cola livery. There's quite a bit of liveries that you'll see on certain cars. People don't really like run these liveries a lot. Most of the time you'll see people in like replica liveries of of a vehicle or of a team. Or sometimes they'll have their own team livery, or maybe they'll just have something that's just a different, it's just a certain color. But the idea behind this was I didn't really ever do liveries like this based off of an item. I've seen the Coca-Cola one in here. I've seen the M&M one in here. I've seen a Subway livery in here. So I figured I would do one, and believe it or not, I had a Power Weight at the time, and that's literally where the inspiration came from. But I decided to do Gatorade because I haven't seen a Gatorade livery in game. I didn't. I went for more of a commercial approach to doing this, because I could have made like a drink and put like a drink on it, like a Gatorade drink decal, or maybe put like some Gatorade splashes here and there. But I wanted to go for more like a how can I say this? If you had a board that was to showcase a product, basically, I went for that approach. Rather than it being like how most livery approaches is. Like if you see a Coca-Cola approach in here, you'll just see it have Coca-Cola and then it'll be red and white. So I took that approach to this. And if had I done another approach, I probably would have had more spaces to work with. But even some of the decals take up a lot of space as well. Like you can see this Gatorade one from 1564 all the way up to 2228. So they're heavily like detailed. I don't do like in a sense it's flat, but I don't really do flat decals. Like there's a lot of stuff that go into making them. Like even this one, like it go from 2234 to 2279. Like it's quite a bit of stuff that go in. Like you can make them flat, but I need a bit more definition, a bit more something to it. So in some cases it normally takes up a lot of your spaces, which for this vehicle In order to combat that, of me not basically having the spaces to do some decals like I wanted to do, for the sections where you see the green at, there isn't anything on them. And I wanted to keep it like that. So think of that like the splash of what the Gator or whatever Gatorade that you, whatever flavor Gatorade that you have. Think of that more of like the splash. So like for the green one, I believe it's melon. Like if you go to the store and you get a Gatorade, I believe the green one in this color like is melon or something like that. So that's what that is. I was gonna do two other variations of this livery, and a blue on a where it's green at it was gonna be blue, and where it's orange at it was gonna be red. And I was gonna do another one that was purple, but I couldn't figure out what other color to put with the purple one. So I just decided to keep this one like this. If you all would like another colorway of this livery, then I would do another one, and then I would share that one. Because I can just change the color of this and then put up another one. But for the most part, for right now, I just have the orange and green. But that was pretty much the idea behind making a livery like this. I see quite a bit of liveries that are based off of like items or like stores rather than like teams and stuff like that. Like I want to do a Publix livery. I want to do like there's a lot of different ideas for liveries that I have that I'm gonna end up making. I just got to choose the right vehicle to house said livery, based off of either it be a store or an item or a team basically. But I have a lot of different design ideas. I just got to pick a car that has the right body style for me to be able to use that idea, one, and for it's got to be the right car, because the wrong car can make your idea not really come to life. It'll look weird, just based off how some cars are shaped, how the body style of certain vehicles are. So this one fit well with this style. It is a bigger vehicle, very round vehicle, seemingly longer than the rest of the vehicles. So it kind of works out with this type of with this kind of design. So we just went with this one. But yeah, that's the idea behind it. This is the livery as you see it, as it will be shared. I don't do any masks on any of my decals, so you shouldn't have any pixelation. Once you download the liveries, it should come as smooth as it is before you now. Normally I see the pixelations appear around the decals and things like that when you are masking something like this one here. So that's just black, but if it was masked, it would show up as the base body paint that you chose, which in this case for this car, I believe it's going to be carbon fiber. And had that been masked at AWS, it will be pixelated. Even for me, it would be pixelated, but once you download it, it's going to be even more pixelated. The pixels are going to show very largely, and it's going to make it look very unfinished, make it the design seem very unfinished. But yeah, that's going to be that. The idea behind it, what made me go with that design. I ran this design. I run all of the designs that I basically make for the community. I run them in events. I have ran them in events. Once I share these, I will no longer run these designs because they're not for me. They're for the community. So you would never see me driving them. Unless it's a fresh design, then I'd go out and do a couple of races in it. And I do that just to see how they look on track as I'm racing, what they look like when you get hit the wall or someone hits you and things like that, like how they look, almost like a battle worn like type of thing, like seeing what scratches on it and dents and just seeing it and how it looks in that type of while you're racing and after the fact. So let's move over to the view card section right here, and we're gonna let this cinematic play out. Yep, it's gonna be everything for that livery right there. just want to say in this video, I had, if there is a video of the Ford GT before this, well then I explained in that video everything that happened. But if it hasn't been posted yet, I had to redo that logo, that livery. It was supposed to be posted sooner, but I forgot. I ended up putting my team livery on the Ford GT, and when I saved, it must have saved over the livery that I had that I was going to post for the community. It shows up that it's still there in my garage, but when I go to my designs, it isn't there anymore. So however this works out, if that came before this video, then you know. If it isn't, then that's the explanation for that vehicle. And you all probably didn't know that until I just said that, but I felt like I needed to say it anyway. So that's going to be it for this. I'm going to let this cinematic play out, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.